Imagine thinking you're just driving to reunite with your kids, only to walk into a deadly ambush orchestrated by your own family. This transcript isn't just about a custody dispute. It's a chilling glimpse into the meticulously planned murder of Matthew Rastelli in American Fork, Utah. A story that begins with innocent-sounding searches and escalates into a full-blown family conspiracy. Today, we're diving deep into the pre-trial evidence presented against Tracy Grist, her daughter Catherine Rastelli, and son Kevin Ellis, all accused in the shocking July 12, 2024 murder of Matthew Rastelli. Matthew, Catherine's estranged husband, was tragically shot and killed after traveling from California to Utah, believing he was going to see his children. The prosecution is using phone records, text messages, and internet search history to paint a picture of deliberate planning and cold-blooded intent, revealing how a seemingly bitter custody battle morphed into a homicide. Let's break down the critical moments from this court clip.
Yes, this is a section of Tracy's call log history.
From what date?
This would be from June 16th, 2024.
State would move to admit and publish State's Exhibit 131.
Any objection?
No objection.
So ordered, thank you.
Here, the prosecution is introducing Exhibit 131, likely a call log history belonging to Tracy Grist. This is standard procedure to lay the foundation for evidence. The lack of objection indicates that the defense either doesn't dispute the authenticity of the document or has no legal grounds to prevent its admission. It's a foundational step, showing the court is building a timeline of communication.
5. What kind of searches was Tracy searching on the 22nd? And just to confirm, is this the same time that same day that she's been searching the last bit of searches?
That's correct, June 16th, 2024.
Okay. If we could go back to State's Exhibit 130. If we could go to page June. If you could just highlight a few that stood out to you.
So on June 22nd, 2024, 9:58 a.m., she searches what to do, parental kidnapping, no custody order. 9:57 a.m., who has custody of a child if there's no court order. 9:55 a.m., if my child's father and I do not have a custody agreement in place, can he take my child and not return with them?
Okay. That's good.
This is where the story takes a dark turn. Tracy Grist's internet searches for parental kidnapping, no custody order, and questions about taking a child without a custody agreement are highly incriminating. In Utah, the crime of custodial interference, under Utah Code AN 765303, occurs when a person, knowing they have no legal right to do so, takes or entices a child from their lawful custodian. While these searches initially suggest a concern over custody, in the context of a murder investigation, they can be interpreted as demonstrating an early intent to unlawfully prevent the father, Matthew Rastelli, from having access to his children, laying the groundwork for more severe actions. It shows a clear awareness of the legal landscape surrounding custody disputes and perhaps how to skirt the law.
And I'd like to turn your attention to page 3. On June 27th, did she search anything that had any evidentiary value to you?
Yes, on June 27th at 9:56 a.m., she searched Alpine Cemetery. 9:55 a.m., cemetery near Alpine. 9:54 a.m., cemetery American Fork. 9:54 a.m., cemetery. 9:38 a.m., Alpine Cemetery.
Okay. If I could turn your attention to page 1.
This is profoundly chilling, especially given the eventual outcome.
On July 12th,
Searches for Alpine
2024,
Cemetery,
do you know how many,
Cemetery near Alpine, and
searches
Cemetery
were
American
done on
Fork
Tracy's
less than a
phone?
month before Matthew
Yes,
Rastelli's
sir.
murder are highly
And do you know
suspicious.
what time?
The prosecution would argue this demonstrates premeditation and a plan for concealment. While seemingly innocuous on their own, when combined with other evidence, these searches become powerful circumstantial evidence of a plan to dispose of a body, or at least consider the aftermath of a death. It suggests a calculated consideration of the logistics following a potential crime.
Time that was and what was searched.
At 2:13 p.m. on July 12th, 2024, she searches "It's Happening" meme.
Okay. Take it down.
The search for "It's Happening" meme on July 12, 2024, at 12:13 p.m. is incredibly disturbing. Matthew Rastelli was murdered on July 12th. This search, hours before or around the time of the incident, could be interpreted by the jury as a direct acknowledgement and anticipation of the planned murder. It functions as a piece of consciousness of guilt evidence, suggesting Grist was aware of, and possibly participating in, the unfolding events. This single phrase, in that precise context, transforms from internet slang into a terrifying confirmation of intent.
Do you find any other conversations in Tracy's phone that were of evidentiary value?
Yes, I did.
What is his number? Is this
135. State would move to, do you recognize what that is?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
This is a text message conversation between Tracy Grist and Matt Rastelli.
And what's the date on it?
This will be June 21st, 2024.
State would move to admit and publish State's Exhibit 135.
Any objection?
No objection.
So ordered, thank you.
And what does Matt text to Tracy?
So Matt texts Tracy, text me the address where my kids are by tomorrow morning. If you don't text me the address tomorrow, I will be calling the sheriff for kidnapping.
This text from Matthew, or Matt Ellie as he's referred to here, to Tracy Grist on June 21, 2024 is crucial. It establishes Matthew's intent. He wants access to his children, and he's prepared to take legal action for kidnapping if he doesn't get an address. This demonstrates that Tracy and her family were actually aware of Matthew's determination to retrieve his kids, and the legal recourse he intended to pursue. This could be used to show motive for silencing him, or preventing him from exercising his parental rights, thus building the case for conspiracy to commit murder, under Utah Code Ann 764201, which requires an agreement to commit a crime and an overt act in furtherance of it.
Hand you a Smart to State Exhibit 136. Do you recognize what this is?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
This is a group text between Tracy and her siblings, Christopher Robinson and Kelly Slocum.
State would move to admit and publish State's Exhibit 136.
Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you. For order.
Move to publish. If we could have you start on page 2 and just have you read through page 4. Could you read those for the jury, please?
So on June 29th, 2024, at 3:39 p.m., Tracy texts both Kelly and Christopher, "It is chaos." At 3:39,
You don't have to read the times. If you just want to read the text back and forth, just about who's saying what.
okay. So Christopher responds, "Oh no, LOL." And Tracy responds, "It's okay, ... Tracy also texts, "Expected." Christopher responds, "How is Matt taking it?" And then Christopher texts again, "Not that you care." And Tracy responds, "I want him to show up, ... He still thinks it's only for another week."
Okay.
The mention of impact statements signals a pivot to one of the most poignant parts of the criminal justice process: victim impact statements. These statements, often read by victims or their families, describe the emotional, physical, and financial effects the crime has had on their lives. They are a vital component of federal and state sentencing, providing the court with a personal account that helps judges understand the full scope of the crime and make more informed sentencing decisions. While they don't determine guilt, they can significantly influence the judge's sentencing considerations and provide victims with a crucial opportunity for their voices to be heard and for closure.
That's great. Angela Smarts is Stacy's Exhibit 137. You recognize what that is?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
These are text messages between Tracy Grist and Terry Lynn Fisher
From what date?
from July 1st, 2024.
Okay, if I could have you, State would move to admit and publish State's Exhibit 137.
Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you. So order.
And if I could just have you start reading the text messages between the parties and just stating who's sending the text.
Yeah, so they start at 11:24 a.m. Tracy texts Tara Lynn. Tara, call Kate. Tracy again texts, help her with what to say to a lawyer. Tracy again texts, she is happy about not going back. Tracy texts again, and she needs to take legal steps now. And Tracy texts again, school starts soonish.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
These texts from Tracy to Terry Lynn Fisher on July 1st, 2024 are highly suspicious. Tracy's instruction to help her with what to say to a lawyer and to take legal steps now could be interpreted as attempts to coach Catherine on how to present a false narrative or prepare for legal challenges post-murder. This points toward an intent to obstruct justice, defined in Utah Code Ann 768306 as hindering the administration of law. If they were planning a murder, they would also need to plan a cover-up, and seeking advice on how to legally justify or explain Catherine's actions fits perfectly within that scheme. It shows an awareness of legal consequences and an attempt to preemptively manage them.
That's great. Angela Smart to Stacy's Exhibit 137. You recognize what that is?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
These are text messages between to pick up Katie and the kiddos, Do you want me to continue?
No, that's
This text from Tracy to Terry Lynn on July 12, 2024, at 1:47 p.m., confirming Matt is headed out this way to pick up Katie and the kiddos, is a critical piece of the puzzle. This message, sent hours before Matthew's death on the same day, demonstrates direct knowledge of his movements and his impending arrival at their location. This isn't just a casual update. It's confirmation of the target's status for those involved in the alleged conspiracy. It ties directly into the luring aspect of the murder plot, proving they knew exactly when and where he would arrive, allowing them to set their trap.
okay. You could go to page 5 and go ahead and read the top message.
So Tracy texts Terry Lynn at 1:51 p.m. I love you, and all I care about is that she is happy and the kids are happy, and I feel like her giving this another chance, especially after she came out for some time to think.
Okay. Angela Smart States Exhibit 139. You recognize what that is?
You said 139?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, these are messages between Tracy Grist and Kevin Ellis.
Okay. And what dates do they go from?
So they start on June 2nd, 2024, and they end on July 12th, 2024.
The statement moved in States Exhibit 139, or 38, 139.
No objection.
Okay, so ordered.
Statement moved to publish.
The admission of Exhibit 139, text messages between Tracy Grist and Kevin Ellis, is significant because it brings the alleged shooter directly into the evidentiary timeline. The messages span from June 2nd to July 12th, the day of the murder. This establishes a continuous line of communication between the mother and son, leading right up to the tragic event, allowing the prosecution to demonstrate coordination and shared intent in the alleged conspiracy. The fact that the texts conclude on the day of the murder is not a coincidence. It frames them as critical evidence of their collaboration.
And I'd like to turn your attention to page 8. And if I could have you read the middle text on the right side going down, and who it's from to who.
So this is from Kevin Ellis to Tracy Grist on June 15th, 2024. He says, "We won. We're going to Vegas to compete in the Nationals." And Tracy responds, "Yes."
If you go to the next page. Go ahead and keep reading on the left side.
So Kevin texts Tracy, same day, "We're getting $550 a person for travel expenses." And then he says, "I am fucking excited."
Okay, if we could skip to the next page. And the next page.
These texts between Kevin Ellis and Tracy Grist on June 15, 2024, where Kevin mentions, "We won, we're going to Vegas to compete in the Nationals," and then, "I am effing excited," about $5.50 a person for travel expenses, combined with Tracy's response of yes, take on a sinister meaning in light of Matthew's murder. While on the surface it might seem like a celebration about a competition, the prosecution could argue that We Won refers to a critical step in their plan regarding Matthew, with the travel expenses potentially related to an escape plan or a reward. This exchange, coming weeks before the murder, highlights the alleged collaborative nature of their actions and Kevin's eagerness, which could be interpreted as excitement over the plan to eliminate Matthew.
You could start on this right side and read down from there.
On page 12, or
I can't see the page numbers, but it starts, the card came in the mail.
got it. So on June 18th, 2024, at 2:55 p.m., Tracy texts Kevin, the card came in the mail. What is the fastest way to mail it?
And what does Kevin say?
So Kevin responds on the same day at 4:26 p.m. UPS.
And based on your investigation and going through the phones, do you know what card Tracy's talking about?
Yes, I do.
What card is she talking about?
This is a Costco card that she added Catherine to as an authorized user.
Is it a credit card?
Yes, it is.
The tragic events chronicled in this transcript ultimately led to a shocking murder. Matthew Rastelli, the Matt in these texts, was fatally shot 7 times on July 12, 2024, shortly after arriving at Tracy Grist's American Fork, Utah home. The very family members we heard discussing these chilling plans, Tracy Grist, her son Kevin Ellis, and her daughter Catherine Rastelli, were all charged with his murder. Catherine Rastelli, Matthew's estranged wife, has since pleaded guilty to murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and discharge of a firearm, and was sentenced to 1 to 15 years in prison. In a critical development, she testified against her brother Kevin Ellis, admitting to the plot and even detailing how they prepared the home with blankets to catch blood splatter. Kevin Ellis, who allegedly fired the fatal shots, began his trial on January 12, 2026, where he claims self-defense. Tracy Grist, the mother, was ordered to stand trial for her alleged role in the conspiracy and obstruction of justice, with her trial currently scheduled for April 2026. This case is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences when family disputes turn into premeditated violence, revealing a meticulously planned conspiracy that tragically ended Matthew Rastelli's life. We'll be keeping a close eye on the upcoming trials for Tracy Grist and Kevin Ellis. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss our updates on this incredibly complex and heartbreaking case.